Good morning, everybody. Kevin here, and I want to welcome you to this Gobbler's Roost adventure. Now, today, I'm heading back into Allegany State Park, do some more turkey scouting and trout fishing, and at some point, I'm gonna bump into my buddy Poverty Hill Brian, and we're gonna hang around together. We got a cabin rented, and we're gonna spend the night and do some trout fishing and turkey scouting, although there's bad weather predicted, so I don't know how much of either we're gonna do. We'll find out. It all depends on the weather. So as always, if you're interested, come on along. Looking for turkeys. There's one flying there. There's two hens right there. Oh, and there's another one flying. They must have been roosted right over the road, because there's another one flying out. I see two flying out, and there's these two right here. Oh, you can't see it. Probably you can't see it on the video, but that first hen has a beard. See it, that hen has a beard. I can hear other turkeys. I can see one in the road right up there. And I can hear him around me. But we're going to sit here and see what this guy does. He's walking right up to the truck. Yelping. Black squirrel right behind him. Can't see him in there, but they're right there. Oh, that was an awesome surprise. Come around the turn, and apparently that small flock was roosted right over the road, because they were flying down into the road when I came around the turn. Yeah, that one in the road, I thought it was gonna walk right up to the truck. But it saw the two that went into the woods there, and it went over to them. That was cool. That's what I'm looking for, is turkeys. more sign. And droppings. Starting to find positive turkey sign. Well, let's keep looking. Oh. There's some more. Definitely turkeys in the area, that's for sure. Oh, what do we have here? Obviously, the deer that didn't make it through the winter. I wonder if it was a buck or a doe. All I see is deer hair. I don't see a single bone. Huh. That's interesting. Them coyotes, they ate everything but the hair. Oh well, they got to eat too. Oh, I think, yeah. I think this is Brown's Hollow in here. There's some old foundations. Huge beaver dam that was big when I was a little boy. Wow, I don't believe it. It's gone. This whole area right here was the biggest beaver pond in here. That's the dam right there. And it's gone. I remember camping up in here when I was a little boy. And then I remember getting back in here in the early 90s and hunting. And this whole area right here was the biggest beaver pond in the area. I hear a duck out there, so there's still water out there. My, how things change. Well, the trail opened up a little bit, just the way I remember it. Okay. Well, it goes a little ways and then it goes uphill and it ends about a mile or two back there. I'll probably get back up in here hunting turkeys, but I got more areas to scout. I want to go back out to the road, and I'm going to walk the road and look for sign on both sides of the valley. I think that'll be more productive. I've seen enough in here for now. It is quite a surprise to see this empty. Yep, quite a surprise. Oh, but look right here. Turkey droppings. Again. There's always been turkeys in this valley. I think they came in from Pennsylvania back in the 60s and the 70s when New York really didn't have a turkey population. And they started coming in from Pennsylvania, and then eventually the DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation, eventually they started bringing in trapped turkeys and releasing them. And up into the 90s we had great turkeys, and then the populations kind of plummeted. But now it looks like they're finally coming back. So I'm starting to get a little bit excited for the turkey season coming up. We'll see what happens. Got my fingers crossed. Okay, I remember this. Okay, I remember this. Here's one of the old home sites right here. Here's the front stairs. course, now there's nothing left but the front stairs and the daffodils. Looks like an awesome place to live. I'm walking along, and I can just barely see them, and they haven't seen me. But there's turkeys strutting in the field right there. Surprisingly, they haven't seen me. Inch over this way behind this tree. I'm trying to get to that tree right there. Okay, it's watery down in there, so I ain't gonna get there. Nice strutter. Looks like they're starting to move off now. Oh man, I'm pretty excited now. That is the first gobbler that I've located. Well, he didn't gobble, but he was strutting. And he wasn't a jake, he was a mature bird. So now I've got an area where one gobbler lives. I know where to look for him. Opening day. Let's see what else we can find. Yeehaw! They were strutting right down in there. See that? That's what we call a Yelp mark. That tells me that I'm not the first one in here this year. And they call it a Yelp mark because, and I'm not saying this guy was doing it, but before the season, guys would get out, drive down the road, and they'd get out. They wouldn't even turn the engine off. They'd get out and yelp, 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 and try and get turkeys to gobble before the season. I'm not saying whoever that was doing that. Most likely he's doing just what I'm doing. Walking and looking. Trying to learn where the critters is at. Okay, well, this is the end of the driving area, and oh boy, I'm glad I didn't come down here the other day. I'm glad I turned around before I got down here, because this parking area is not near as good as what I remember it to be. Yeah, that don't look so good. Looks like a giant mud pit. Okay. This looks like the intersection of the North Country Trail and the Finger Lakes Trail. North Country goes back up that way, up the hill. I think the Finger Lakes Trail goes down that way. Let's see what the sign says. Okay, most of it's gone, but the Catskills are to the right. Well, you got a long way to go to the Catskills. That's the other side of the state. And Pennsylvania is down this way. Yeah, Pennsylvania is down that way. That old trail there. I think I'm going to turn around here. Turn around here and head out. I got to go meet my buddy Brian. You know, I remember one time. Oh, I was dealing with a turkey way up on top of the hill there. And he'd gobble and I'd call. And then he'd move and gobble further away and I'd get up and run after him and call him. And I chased him for hours across the top of the hill. And we came all the way down here. Across there, I got on here and I chased him. Oh, I probably chased him 2 miles until I was standing on a big ridge that went down and he's down there below me gobbling. And I'm thinking, that's Pennsylvania. Yeah, I ran a gobbler right into Pennsylvania and then I had to quit because I didn't have a Pennsylvania license. Yep, coming back here brings back a lot of memories. Yeah, there's bridges new. I don't remember this being here. I remember that gate being closed. That's what I remember. you know, coming back here after all these years, I remember chasing that gobbler way back up in there. Well, I remember another gobbler chasing. And one time, I took my buddy, I had them all scouted out. And I knew they were roosting up there. And I watched them 5 days before the season started. And they'd get out and they'd fly to the east every time. So, got my buddy Joe up in here, and before dawn, we went across this beaver dam and got up in there and went up in there. And there were several gobblers roosted up there. Wouldn't you know it, this day they flew down to the west. And we started working them and thought we were going to get them in front of the gun, and then they just moved off and they flew all the way across the valley and went up into there. They flew past where I parked the truck. And we came all the way back down and chased them up in there, and we called to them and we battled with them for a little while, but that was another gobbler we didn't get. Funny how you remember those. Okay. Well, I put some miles on hiking today, but it was worth it. Now I got a line on a strutting gobbler. I know he likes to hang out in that field. And that might be where I head to when I get up here and start hunting up in here next month. We'll see. Maybe I'll learn something better, you never know. But now it's time to head out and meet my buddy Poverty Hill Brian. We're gonna do some hiking and fishing and whatever kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.